and the screen shake at the moment is kind of broken, so I need to fix that. And we're pretty much done. I should add some controller support, and it's good. One last thing though, before we finish it, let's add a level maker. This wasn't too hard to make. I followed the story tool, and I was able to do it. I added in a spike, and it took me personally long to figure out how to make it rotate. But then now you can make a level, but you can't actually save it, so it's kind of pointless. But what I want this to be later is a way you can save levels and make them, and then you can replay them and you can play them with other people. As I do want this part of the game to be multiplayer, but the other parts of the game single player. I do have a bit of experience with multiplayer games. It was always a nightmare. So let's hope I can do it this time. And by the way, I'm sorry for not uploading lately. Just had some personal problems in my life, and corona and whatnot. Okay. And see you later, and goodbye.